Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin Maxwell, and if this is your first time at the channel, this channel is all about me documenting my journey. I've always wanted to be my own boss, and this is just me documenting the steps I've taken in order to become my own boss. So today I'm just sharing my Excel sheets that I've created as well as a Google form. So the Google form actually is set up in the same way that your Instacart app is set up. Let me show you. If you go to your Instacart app, you go to your earnings again, and then you scroll down. You can click on a week, and this shows you how much you've made, all of that. And if you go down here to daily earnings, you can click on one of these days. This batch form will autofill into a Google Sheet that I've prepared for you. As you can see here, up at the top, we've got date. So you would just click here and you would enter in the date of January 28th. And then I just hit tab a couple times. And then accept time would be 10:44. And then AM or PM, you can just hit P if it's PM. Hit tab. Start time would be 11:19. The start time, I don't know if you guys know about this, but you can actually accept a batch and then you can drive to that batch if it's a little bit a ways away from you. I'd say don't go more than like 30 minutes away, because you will get a notification from Instacart after a little while and they tell you please start your batch now, and then a few minutes later you'll get another one that says this is your final reminder to start your batch now. And I believe that if you don't accept the batch at that time, they will cancel it on their end and your cancellation rate will go up. But that's a whole nother topic for another time, cancellation rate, if you guys don't know about that. If you click up here, there's a little card that popped up, and that one will go over all of the cancellation policies and information that you need to know if you are an Instacart shopper, so that way you don't get deactivated if you do cancel orders. But anyways, let's get back to this form. As you can see right here, you have store name. I've set it up so I only have to press the beginning letter of whatever the store is. So this one's Hannaford's. I would just hit H. But say, for example, you had Target and you have Tops and you have the wine store. So in that case, you would hit T and it would go to Tops because that shows up first in my list. These are based off of order that they are in the list. So Tops comes up before the wine shop. So that means that if I go back over here and I hit T, it goes to Tops. But if I hit TH, it'll go to the wine shop. So that's just something really interesting that I like about this, so that way I don't have to write out the full name and it makes it really simple to input it. And then order number 2, items 40, and then 65 units. Drop off time 1 would be right here. And then if you don't have a second customer, say for example this is one order, when you go to here, you would just enter in your drop off time 1, whatever it is, and your distance 1. And then this one I've set so it's not required. So I leave this one blank, and then here I put a dash. That way I know it's a null result instead of putting 0 there, because in the calculation I'm gonna count it if it actually has a value in that cell. That'll make way more sense later on when I show you exactly how I set up the Excel sheet. Then next you would say if it's full service or not, like if you just delivered or if you just shop. I don't know if this really applies to anybody. I usually do full service. Sometimes they're delivery only, which I really like. Those ones are really fast. And then you just enter in your Instacart payment and your customer A tip. And then if there is no customer B, don't put 0. I would just put another dash, and then you can submit it. So when you submit this, it takes all of the data and it automatically uploads it into this Excel sheet. So all of that data just automatically gets sent over into this Excel sheet, one row at a time. If I actually extend all of these, you can see that they're the exact same thing, except for timestamp. That one doesn't matter. But as you see, it's date, accept time, start time, store name, order, blah, blah, blah. So they go in the same exact order as that batch form. So then from here, by the time you see this video, this will all be done. The analytics and per hour and all of that, the analytics and the per hour earnings. But I just want to show you what I was using before. I was just using an Excel sheet, like literal Excel sheet in Excel. And I wanted to be able to do this remotely. That way I don't need my computer with me. and it looked something like this. It got really messy, and as you can see, the way I had to input it, it wasn't as streamlined as the other one, and there's like weird calculations with trying to make sure that the time actually worked out all right. I had to manually input all of this data. This was calculated, this was manual input, manual. Then I have formulas that took care of that. And then I was also looking at the pay per item and pay per unit just for more data since I have it. Here I had hourly. This is where I was taking the averages of each day. That's why I color coded these, that way I could tell the days. So I was going day by day and trying to figure out how much I was making hourly, the total amount of money that I made, all sorts of things like that. This hasn't been updated in a while, so there's more data in this than there is inside of this. From there, I can actually pull that data into this other sheet that I was using, and this is where I was doing some data analysis. So this chart was me looking at how the hourly pay, which is in orange, would change off of how many items and how many units there are, and the amount of minutes that it would take to actually do this, which these two, I expected them to be pretty much how they are. They should be inversely related, so that way as blue goes up, orange goes down, as orange goes up, blue goes down, and as blue goes up, orange goes down, and then if orange stays the same, blue stays the same. So this does only have 5 data points, so this I would not say is statistically significant at all, but I'll do more data analysis and teach you all how to do that as well. The main thing that I wanted to figure out from this sheet was which stores are the best in terms of money. I think I'm going to go without tips just because tips are like extra things on top of the Instacart payment, but I'm trying to figure out what's the golden number of items to choose with Instacart payment and which store. So that way I can maximize my time and I'm not doing terrible batches that are making me like $10 an hour. I also have this section for tax, which I am going to pull the tax from my Stride account. So I don't know if you guys have Stride, if you've seen my other video. If you haven't, you can go check it out here. This is one of my favorite apps that I use for Instacart. This will let you start a drive, so it keeps track of your drives, or you can add an expense or add your income at the end of the week when Instacart pays you. So what this app does is you can go in here and you can see all of your transactions and your income. So based off of per week, with the amount of deductions that you've put in, you can estimate the amount of taxes that you're going to have to withhold for taxes. I'm in New York State. I don't know if it's for all people, but because I don't pay tax every single time I get paid, I have to withhold this tax on my own, and I have to pay my taxes quarterly. So this is a great way for me to estimate and keep aside a little bit more than what's needed, and then it's like every quarter I'll have a little bit of a tax rebate that I'll give myself, and that way I'm not scrambling to find money and pay off like hundreds of dollars of taxes. Because as you can see, once you start making more, it's going to be a little bit more in taxes, right? You make $700, you have to pay $150 in taxes. So these are going to add up kind of quickly. And it's best to be prepared for that, because if you're doing this every week, that's 12 weeks, so that's going to be $1,200 in taxes, and you don't want to be scrambling to be putting together $1,200. If you don't file your taxes, then you have late fees and all other sorts of things like that, and you can be penalized. So it's best to avoid that. This form I'm going to make available in the description of this video. You can go get it there. I'm going to show you real quick how to set this up. This Instacart batch form, you're going to actually have to, not the live version that you type stuff into, but there's a second version like this. This is what you're going to see. You're going to get one of these, and you're going to have to go up here and make a copy of it, and then just title it whatever you want, save it into your drive or on your computer or something, and then you can get into editing it. So the first thing that I would recommend to you is change the store names, fit them to whatever stores exist in your area, whatever stores you actually go to, because there are some stores that I avoid going to because I just don't like them. Everything else should pretty much be the same for you as it is for me. If you guys want to find out how to see all of the stores in your area, you would just go to instacart.com. I set in my location, and as you can see here, These are the stores that are available in my area. I did not include Wegmans because it says pickup. I only did the ones that were delivery because the delivery are the ones that I'm going to be doing as a shopper. So I didn't include Liquor City either, but this is pretty much how you find what's available in your area if you just want to include them all, because every time you change something on this Google form, the link that you get will change. So you will need to update your link once you make changes, so make sure that you do that. The way to save this so your responses get pulled into an Excel sheet is you would click this little button and you would create a new spreadsheet, and you can name it whatever you want, and then that would create it. Now it would open up the linked spreadsheet, and as you can see here, it has this little purple form responses. So that means that this is going to be linked to this. So any questions, if you add additional questions to it, that will be automatically changed in here. That's pretty much how you do that. So let's go back over here. The other cool thing about Google Forms is that you can see how many, this does some basic data analysis for you. You can see in January, I started on the 28th and I only did that many batches, 4, 1, 3, 5. And then the next week I did 8, 8, 8, 2, 8, 4. You can also see accept times that I've had, start times, and then you can see all of the different stores that I've gone to, and you can see which store you go to the most, how many orders you've done that are just one, or how many that you've done that are two. And then, so I can see how many items there are. So the way that you would actually be able to input information into this is you'd have to go to send, and you would have to get a little link. So you'd copy this link, you would take this link and you'd paste it, and then you'd go to it. And then this is where you'd actually enter your information. So I would say bookmark this, save it somewhere, send yourself the link, text yourself the link. That way you could do it on your phone if you want to, although it is much easier to have your phone, so that way you can look at Instacart and then have your computer. Or if you can link your phone to your computer. If you guys want a video showing you how I did that, I could definitely show you how to do that. I could make like a quick 3-minute video on how to do that for you guys. But that's the easiest way is having like two screens rather than flipping back and forth, because that gets a little tiring, especially when you do like 8+ batches in a day. But I think that's everything for now. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way till the end. If you've made it this far, please give me a thumbs up or give me a comment down below. If you have any questions about this, let me know about that as well. I'll respond to all of your comments. I'm just really happy to be able to help you guys figure out what stores are the best for you. And I'll be uploading another video soon going over how to do the formulas and all of that for Excel. I might just make it like a copy and paste, or you guys could just download my Excel sheet with all of the formulas and then just copy and paste it into your own spreadsheet. That would probably be the easiest way. So stay tuned to find out about that, so that way you guys can actually use your sheets and do all of the data analysis quickly and without entering formulas. I'll take care of that all myself because I'm doing it for myself anyways. I might as well share it with you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and yeah, take care.